So today is Monday. This is the start of a new vlog. I wanted to actually record Sunday. So I had the video go up on Saturday. So technically my cycle for these videos, I guess, is Saturday through Friday, because I do the editing on Friday, so the video goes up on Saturdays, but the reading will be from like Saturday to Friday. So on Sunday I wanted to record this first opening bit. Didn't happen. Saturday it ended up being Friday was like rainy all day long, and then Saturday it was rainy through most of the morning and into like the mid-afternoon. And my dad was supposed to come over and change the front tires on my car, because I'm just gonna let you guys know now, when the tread gets super low and the metal starts to come out of your tires, that's bad. That's bad. That means your tire is gonna explode. If you can't tell from that, that's how bad my tires were. So he was supposed to do it on Saturday, because of all the rain he couldn't, so he ended up coming back on Sunday. So I ended up doing some reading on Saturday after playing a little bit of Fallout. So on, where is it? It's right here. I've got so many piles of books next to me right now, guys. It's not even funny. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 4 piles of books behind me right now. Like that's just 2 of them. two of those stacks are for a video that I'm gonna record after this, and then the other stack are books that currently don't have a home. Anyways, so Saturday night I started Alphabet of Thorn by Patricia A. McKillop, and I am loving this. Surprise, surprise to nobody, right? The day that I get on here and say that I'm not enjoying a Patricia book, we're gonna have to be worried, okay? We're gonna have to be worried. But I am loving this. One of the themes that I just have to share with you guys, because it is so adorable, the royal librarians, they adopt orphans, but it's in the manner of, oh, look at this abandoned baby that we found on a cliffside. We're going to take you home, give you a name, and raise you in the library. And I just, I love it. I love it. Like, all of these, like, teenagers and other kids that are, like, living in the, like, they literally live in the royal libraries. They have, like, rooms and such. Because, like, the royal library is actually located underneath the castle. And it just goes down and down and down. It's constantly referred to as a labyrinth. And I love it. And Nepenthe, who is one of the main characters that we follow, she is one of those babies that they found, took in, gave her a name. They call them foundlings or orphans, whichever one. Both names have been used, but I think for the most part they refer to them as foundlings. But every time they find an abandoned baby, they're just like, "You're coming home with me." And I love it. I love it so much. It's such a cute idea. But other than that, it has, like, there is some political war schemes going on with the currently crowned new queen. She's only 14. So lots of, older kingdoms are like, time to merge in on her spot, So a lot of that going on. And then there is also, in between some of the chapters, there is a story about 2 characters named Axis and Cain, who are like 3 centuries old, like, legends in their world. And you get to kind of see their story play out through a book that Nepenthe is translating. And what I love about it is how it seamlessly flows in the storyline. Like, it never once feels like you're being, like, yanked out of the main storyline for this extra storyline. The way that Patricia wove it in was so seamless, and I really am enjoying it. I am about a little bit more than 50% through it. So my goal is to finish it tonight, maybe. I've been staying up till like 2 in the morning reading this, so really loving it. Still in the same place on Seven Forges, so don't have an update on that one. I do have an update on this one because I realized I didn't update you guys on this last time, and at the end of the last vlog I totally forgot about it. And I still haven't finished first chapter, and to be 100% honest, I have no urge to want to. So I am actually just going to go ahead and return this to the library. It's gonna have to be another time, buddy. You're just not working out right now. So that's the verdict on this. I don't want to force myself to continue trying to read it when, 8 pages into it, I was not vibing with it at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and return it to the library. It'll still be there. I can try again some other time. As for, I'm gonna continue on, obviously, when I finish Alphabet of Thorn, I'm gonna continue on with Seven Forges, but I would also this week like to start Ludluda by Jeff Noon and Steve Beard. This is my early copy that I got from Angry Robot, but this comes out on December 5th or 3rd. Where does it say? 3rd. Comes out on the 3rd. So this is book 2 in the duology. I loved the first book, so I want to get started on this week. So that's going to be the goal, is to start that one. And then I received Cosmic Widow by Jonathan Navarre. This is the 3rd book in the Agent Reynolds adventure series that he has, and I very much enjoy these. Agent Reynolds, she's funny. I like her. She has this funny little quirk where she says poetry in like the worst possible time. Like she's running for her life and she's like, I think now's the time to recite some poetry that I just thought of. And I love it. It's such a quirky little thing. And he didn't have enough of it in the 2nd book, and me and a couple other people apparently complained about it, that he was like, I will fix it. So he says there is more of that in this one. But this is already out. It has already been released. He just sent me a copy after the release date. So if you do want to read it, it is already out. The other books are also out. They are called Stellar Instinct and A Spy to Star. Does he have the other book titles in here? I don't know why that one has me so tongue-tied, because I'm pretty sure it's a star to spy. That doesn't sound right though. Hold on, there it is. To Spy a Star. That's what the there you guys go. To Spy a Star and Stellar Instinct. Both amazing books. Also, he's an amazing person, so definitely check that series out. Yeah, that's the current update for where we're at right now. Also, real quick, look what finally showed up. Finally, my Goldsboro edition finally showed up. I've only been waiting since it came out in October. It's here. It's got the solid blue. A lot of people have been complaining about sprayed edges lately. I have been complaining in the fact that I just think they've gone overboard. But like, people are like, if it's just solid, it's a waste of time. And I'm like, I like the simplicity of the solid colors though. Like, not everything has to be elaborate. I almost said exaggerate, and that is not a word, guys. That's not a word. So this, I'm not reading this week, but December, this is a top priority because I have been waiting. So between this and J.M. Miro, yeah, I have some pretty thick books to read in December, which is why I want to get these arcs done before then. So that is what we're at right now. So when I have another update for you guys, I will do that. Okay, so this is going to be a quick update. Hopefully the sound does fine because these headphones have a microphone. I just don't know what the difference is going to be between my actual microphone and my headphones microphone. And I'm too lazy to go and grab the microphone. But I am currently cleaning my house, and I like 3 days ago, I put the book Medea by Elish Quinn, this one. I put the audiobook on hold at my library, and it was like, oh, it'll take 6 weeks to get to you. It came in last night. I was like, that's 6 weeks, guys. It came in last night. And I was like, well, you know what? That's actually kind of perfect because I have to do a bunch of cleaning today. So I want to listen to a book while I clean. So technically I started it last night, but I have been listening to it today. I'm on about chapter 11 or 12 at this point. And so far I am enjoying it. I have been, if you're new here, one of my favorite books of all time is Circe by Madeline Miller. And I haven't been able to find another writer who writes in the same realm of how she presents the myths and such. I've tried Jennifer Saint, and I haven't liked 2 out of her 3 that I've read so far. She's got a 4th one. I don't own it yet, and if I don't like the 3rd book I own, I'm not gonna bother. But I definitely don't like the way that she writes the tales, and I haven't tried some of the other ones yet. But this one, the writing in this one feels very reminiscent of how Madeline Miller presents the myths when she writes them. She is spending a lot of time with Medea and building up her background and her childhood growing up under Aeetes, and anytime, what it's like if she used to like mention her aunt Circe and stuff like that. For those of you who don't know, Medea is the daughter of Aeetes, the niece of Circe, and the granddaughter of Helios, and she is a witch. So that's what she's known for. She was also wife of Jason of the Argonauts. Her myth involves killing her children. So that's just to give you guys a quick rundown of who Medea is if you guys don't know. And right now I feel like Quinn is doing a really good job like breathing more life into who Medea is as a person, which is very reminiscent of what Madeline did with Circe. And one of the things that I felt Saint wasn't doing in her books that I read by her, Ariadne and Electra. So I do really appreciate the effort that she is going into to try and expand who Medea is and give her more of a personification and not just she's a woman involved in a legend. The only downside that I have found so far is she does every now and then, and Saint was pretty bad for this, she would include some of the myths that she is aware of and like tell you the entire myth, and I just I don't like when that appears in these stories, because I don't need to have the whole rundown myth of somebody else's story right now. It pulls me out of the story whenever they do it. I give her credit that she tries to do it in a way where she has like a character presenting the story to a child to teach the child a lesson. But I just it feels like a way to elongate the story without really having anything else to choose from. And that's a little disappointing because the book is under 300 pages. So that is one downside I'm not liking about it. But other than that, I like the direction it's going. I'm not too fond of this audiobook narrator, but I'm sticking with her. It's the way she does the men voices. Like, I can tell she's doing like this whenever she talks like a male character, and it's driving me insane. I'm like, you don't got to do all that. But she does read it well. The only other thing that it's not hitting is like the emotional factor. There's been a couple of scenes that one could consider to be like an emotional pivotal point in the story. And unfortunately, they're not hitting like the way I would hope that they would hit. And I'm a very emotional reader. So if they're not like making me feel the emotions and like want to cry, like that means like it didn't hit right. Maybe they will for someone else, but not for me. And I consider myself a crybaby, so that's kind of like how I see with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep going with it. I am enjoying it. I'm not hating it. I am enjoying it. I like what she's doing with it. And maybe as it goes further along, maybe there will be a scene that will hit the way I want it to hit. But yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of right now. I will most likely finish it today while I'm cleaning, because I do listen at like 1.50 and it's 12 hours. And I think I'm like 4 or 5 hours into it. So yeah, I should definitely finish this one by the time I'm done with all my cleaning. All right, hello. So this is going to be the final wrap up for this video. I didn't get as much reading done this week as I was hoping I was going to, but it was a holiday week because, you know, Thanksgiving, and I was hosting. So I did spend a good chunk of my week just getting my house prepped and ready, you know, getting it cleaned up and presentable and everything. Not that I keep my house like super nasty, but it was like just cluttered messes everywhere that need to be cleaned up. But anyways, I did not finish Medea like I thought I was going to on Wednesday when I was listening to the audiobook. I am about 6 hours into the audiobook. I just got to the part where Medea meets Jason for the first time. I am still very much enjoying Quinn's writing style. It does continue to still feel very reminiscent of how Miller tells her stories. So I do like that aspect. I do think she is doing a good job, just kind of like expanding the story and focusing on Medea and not so much everybody else around her. So yeah, definitely going to continue with this. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend, but we'll see what happens. I was not able to pick up Seven Forges at all. And the reason why I had Medea going was because it was an audiobook and I was cleaning the house. I don't have the audiobook for this one, so I've just been, you know, reading it. I'm still, unfortunately, in the exact same place. I do plan on going back to it. Just, like I said, it's been a busy week. I did manage to finish Alphabet of Thorns by Patricia A. McKillop. I actually finished it today, and I once again loved it. This is actually one of her 5 stars for me. Her books usually range between a 4 and a 5 depending on if I get confused at all, because sometimes her flowery writing makes some of the elements of the story to be a little confusing for me. But this one did not have that issue. But what I will say is the way that she gets to the end and the way the story unravels and what happens, it is so interesting, and I loved it so much. I can't tell you anything about it because like it's super like major spoilery if I was to give you like any kind of hints or ideas, because it honestly was not something I was expecting, and so it took me a little bit by surprise, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. All the characters are fantastic. I loved each of them. There are so many elements within the story that I just found to be super cute and adorable. And I just loved and like ate up like, yes, oh, I love it. Just give me more. But overall, definitely one of her really good ones, and probably one of her easier ones to follow along with. So definitely, if you haven't checked out Patricia, I definitely think you guys should just check out her work, especially if you really like that very fairy tale feeling to a story. And sometimes her romantic, not even sometimes, all the time, her little romantic elements are just, they're beautiful. And of course, this one had the romantic elements. It doesn't get like spicy or smutty. It just has romantic elements in the stories that are they're just beautiful in my personal opinion. So like I said, like this reading week really wasn't as good as I had hoped it would be, but you know, that's what happens towards the end of the year here. Things start to get a little crazy. But with me wanting to finish Seven Forges and Medea this weekend, that means I am hoping, well, not even hoping, I am planning on starting Ludluda. This comes out on the 3rd. I would like to have it finished by the 3rd so that I can have a review up for it by the 3rd. So I might push Medea and Seven Forges to the background just like another day or two, just so I can get through this. But also it is like a highly anticipated book for me. So that is going to be the goal, probably tomorrow-ish, because it's already pretty late here. It's I'm filming this at 8:45 at night. So I will either start this before I go to bed, or I will start it tomorrow while I'm just lying in their house relaxing. So, and then I also plan on starting, hopefully this week, Cosmic Widow by Jonathan Navarre. This is the 3rd book in his Agent Reynolds series. It came out here at the end, I think it was like mid November, but I just recently got it in because he sent me a copy of it. So I do plan on reading this one so I can get this one reviewed and out to you guys as well. But I do highly recommend this series. It's a lot of fun. Each book is a nice standalone story all on its own. It's just each story you follow the same characters, and she is a detective, like, out in space. So definitely looking forward to that one. So yeah, this one and Lid Ludo will be priorities for this week, as well as the other two. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next week will be a lot better. Sorry I didn't provide like any video footage of my holidays, but I have a knack of like not recording holiday sessions with families, because I'd rather just be in the moment and spend it with them, kind of thing. So I tend to forget about my phone. But also I just still getting used to this whole vlogging thing and trying to figure out what kind of stuff I do want to show you guys outside of my reading versus what I am fine with showing you guys. And I haven't like verified with like family yet if they would like if they would even want to be in a video, and I don't want to like overstep boundaries for anyone, because my family knows how to fight. Like, we hold grudges and we get angry at each other, and then we argue and yell. So I didn't want to. I also kind of like, I didn't want to accidentally like record somebody and then they get upset or anything. So that's why you guys didn't see anything from the holiday or whatever. But yeah, so it's still a learning process for me, this reading vlog thing. Still trying to get into the knack of making sure that I record more often. So yeah, hopefully you guys continue to stick around and my reading vlogs will grow and get better. So yeah, I guess until next week, I will talk to you guys later. Comment, like, all that stuff, because it does help the channel grow, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.